Hi, my friends. Hi, my friends. Hi, my friends. This is Coach Rose AJ coming to holla at y'all on Sunday, May 5th. Y'all, it is Sunday. I cannot believe it. It is May already. How's everything going in your neck of the woods? What's going on with y'all? I just want to ask you something almost real quick in a hurry. We'll see how this unfolds. I want to ask you, what would happen if you showed up for yourself consistently every day? What would happen if you showed up for yourself first and foremost every day? And, as I always like to end my recordings, as well as say during my recordings, that we need to put our CPR masks on ourselves first and be our own best friends and advocates before we try to go out and save the world. A lot of times it's reversed because we might have life problems or issues that we don't necessarily want to address, and we feel more at peace when we're in other people's business, or we're supporting other people, or we're using other people as excuses so that we don't address our own, health concerns, mental health concerns, or whatever we have going on with us, because that takes work. It really does take work. But again, I want to ask you, what if you showed up for yourself each and every day the best way that you could and supported yourself? And for myself, because I was that busybody doing everything outside of me to help everybody else to heal, to have a better day, and to get on in the world, and maybe to have some kudos and some atta girls by tending to other people instead of myself. I was once that person too, right? I was once that person until I finally got it, that no one is coming to save me. I have to save myself. No one can make me happy. I have to do that for myself. And what brings this up is that I was asked a question today, because I have a women's connection group, a coffee meetup, and I do 5Ks every week, to bring women in my community together. But there's a core group of us that continually meet for coffee every other week, and I use icebreaker cards. After everybody gets their food or their drink or whatever they're doing, and we're sitting around the table, and we're at Starbucks, and everybody's introduced themselves if they've never met. Everybody draws a card, right? And on the card, it has a question, just different questions. So there's like 150 in the pack that I bought, and I put them in 10 snack bags, and then I take a different one each week, and we draw a different question, and we answer the question. And so, like this one, just randomly, would you rather give up your smartphone or your computer? So questions of that nature. So today, what I was asked, because we did a different thing where we had Esther Perel's "So Where Do We Start" conversation cards, and we decided to read the card but ask someone in the group the question instead of us answering the question. Change things up a little bit, which was just phenomenal. But I was asked the question: is there a dream that, or something that I wanted to do, that I could no longer do, or had to give up on, something along those lines? And the thing that immediately came to my mind was doing a 100-mile race on foot, right? On foot. And running has always been very therapeutic for me. And I don't know if you guys know or not, but a year ago, I had to make the decision to stop running races, physical races and whatnot, because I didn't want to end up having knee replacements in the future, because I don't have cartilage in my knees, yada, yada, yada. But I still do a high volume of exercise, but it's lower impact. It's not running anymore. But I immediately answered that it would be my dream of doing a 100-mile race. I've done a 100K, I've done a 50 miler, I've done millions of marathons and half marathons, but my one bucket race list all time Hall of Fame would have been the 100 miler, right? And I was immediately asked after that, did I mourn it? Was there sadness? Did I mourn it or whatnot? Did I go through a grieving process? And for me, I pretty much said no, right? Because the results or my answer, whether I grieved it and stayed stuck in the grief or processed it and moved on, the results would be the same. Meaning, I don't want to have surgery that's not life threatening, that I could avoid by making decisions, right? Not to have the surgery. So the end result would be the same. And the response to that was like, wow. I go, yeah, because I'm going to go on and do something else in lieu of doing a 100 miler, right? So for me, it's the Tough Mudder this year and the boot camp in San Diego in October. So my question to you still remains, what if you showed up for yourself? What would happen if you showed up for yourself every day, the best way that you could, right? So sometimes our dreams get, pushed to the side or we forget about ourselves and we just wake up angry one day. We wake up angry and full of regrets. But my question remains, what would happen if you showed up for yourself even through these trying times the best way that you could? And so for me, one of the first things that I also remember of when I started turning the curve and learning how to show up for myself is I used to always want my husband and my daughter to go to these races with me. My races, I'm just like cricket here, but go to races with me and whatnot. And I remember my first half marathon was the Seattle half marathon. Y'all, we have some wacky, wacky weather here in the Pacific Northwest. And I had been training for like months on end, taking Epsom salts baths. And believe me, y'all, I was milking it. I was a drama queen. I was milking it. I had my husband all bought into the situation. He was supportive and all that good stuff. So I was like, we're gonna go together. Can you hang in there? Because I need you to drive me back because the race site was like almost 50 miles from where we're at. I said, I'll drive up if you drive me back after the race, all in. Y'all, our weather was so touch and go. It was snowing. It was snowing the morning of the race. And my husband looked at me and asked me, are you going to go to the race? So, y'all, I'm in my car and I'm like, yes, I'm going to go. Just get in. Let's go. So, 5 miles from here, there might not be any snow. 20 miles from here, it might be an ice storm, right? I was willing to take my chances, y'all. I was like, you can go or you can stay, but I'm going. And so, with that being said, it just creates a really, really good chuckle for me because it reminds me that I was stronger at that time because I was determined. I was stronger at that time than I had ever given myself credit for. And as I reflect on it, that memory and other memories, showing up for myself doesn't look the same every day. It can change from day to day, but there's some continual things that start to build the more I showed up for myself, right? And that is, I have to be my own ride or die. I have to drive the car to the race. I have to do this. I have to do that because it's up to me to take care of me, to make me happy, right? And to support myself, even if I think other people should be supporting me too, right? So I just want to, send that shout out and that food for thought. What would happen to your life? What would happen in a day, a week, a month if you just started showing up for yourself, my friend, the best way that you could, the best way that you could, and supported yourself? One day, 1 hour, one moment at a time, right? All right, guys, this is Coach Rose AJ, Carnivore Girl for Life, signing out. And please subscribe, please like, share, comment, do whatever you need to do. But most of all, please drop something in the comments to let me know how you plan on supporting yourself through the month of May, through today, and through whenever. But I just also want to remind you guys that May is Mental Health Awareness Month, mental health awareness. And there's a lot of folks who may have mental health issues, you know, that we will never know about, right? We'll never ever know about. Or it may be you that has a mental health issue. And my thing is I just want you to know that you're not alone in life. We are all designed to do life together in some capacity. And even if it may feel like you are the only one who is suffering from whatever ailments or whatever diagnosis that you may have, I want you to know that you're not alone. You're not alone. I feel you, I see you, and I hear you, my friend. There was also a time in my life where I was cloaked, draped so heavily in depression that I was not able to shower, that I was not able to move. The only thing that I could do was put my feet on the floor and go from the bed to the couch because I knew I had to take care of my daughter. I was enveloped in depression. So, my friend, I do understand. I do understand. But there is always a light, there's always a glimmer of hope. Okay? Love you guys. Be good to yourselves so that you can be good to others. Coach Rose AJ, Carnivore Girl for Life, signing out.